Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Bastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. I'm not a baseball guy, but Angel Hernandez retired, so good riddance to bad rubbish, as they say.
Yes, that's true. Now, whoever's next up, picked over the number one spot. We'll go after
That's
him.
right.
Yeah. Who's next?
Laz Diaz, maybe.
Ugh.
All right. I really don't know. I'd have to go back and
Yeah.
look at the ratings, but
But I mean, it's bad when a guy who doesn't watch football or baseball recognizes these umpires' names because
yeah,
their calls are so notoriously terrible. Like,
exactly.
that's not the name you want to make for yourself. You want to be
No.
the good umpire. You want to be the staunch, consistent
You want to be the one
guy.
that nobody knows their name. That's what you want.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So today we are talking about the Crown Heads DS Maduro. Sorry, I'm getting the names mixed up. Cigar's a Toro Extra, 6x54. Comes out of the Tacanixa factory in Nicaragua. Wrappers Connecticut broadleaf, binders Ecuadorian Habano. Filler is Nicaraguan Jalapa, Condega, and Ometepe. Price point is $12.50, and the cigar was released in February of 2024. So with all that out of the way, Seth, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
Listen, yeah, I mean, the first third starts out nice tobacco, soft pepper spice profile, a little bit of leather, some meat, herbal notes, bits of barnyard and cocoa, just medium strength body. Second third's pretty similar. There's just like this this chalky cocoa quality, still medium full, meats, herbals, barnyard. Final third just kind of identical. It's good. It's solid. I like it. But yeah, pretty consistent. Medium to medium full. Decent burn, decent draw. John?
Yeah, I kind of got going with wood for me. Tobacco, creamy spices in the post draw, creamy chocolate and wood on the retro. Kind of a really restrained first third to start. Light plus wood on the post draw. And then about the 1 inch mark, baking spices in the retro at light plus, creamy sweetness on the finish. A little bit of mild astringency, and not like in a bad way, just kind of balanced out a lot of the sweet components in the cigar. And then I got a little bit of chalkiness at the halfway mark at the finish, and a little bit of meatiness on the bottom half. So just a lot of umami on the palate. And I described the meatiness almost like a barbecue smoke, like a peaty smoke. So it's got a lot of kind of chewiness to it. So that was interesting. And second, third, creamy wood, mild sharp pepper on the finish, combined up with some wood, and then kind of again that chalkiness with some sweetness. And I was trying to remember there's bottle rockets. So this is the way I could
beer.
describe it. If you chew on a bottle rocket, you get that sweetness, and then you get that sort of chalky mouthfeel, and that's what it is to me. And it's kind of etched in my brain as someone who probably consumed their body weight in Halloween candy as a kid. Halfway point, baking spices kind of returned again, a light plus. So again, overall profile here, very restrained, very balanced, and then astringent wood at the halfway point. And then finally, last third, kind of kicked off with medium strength earth, which surprised me because I hadn't really been that punchy until that point. And then creamy medium baking spices. So a lot of strength in that last third. Wood and earth combining in the finish, and then chalky sweetness returned as it settled. And that was kind of the rest of the cigar for me. Burn start out razor straight, and then I had a weird kind of section of the wrapper not burning, and then it just kind of corrected itself. So that was kind of really the only issue to mark on for burn. It was pretty perfect. Had a minor amount of resistance on the draw, so I had to dock it for that. Flavor for me overall is, I think, pretty average across the board. How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, the cigar started with toasted oak, earth, chalkiness, and mild black pepper. Second, third saw the chalkiness take the lead in the profile, and a wood bitterness joined in. The black pepper departed a little bit later, and then the final third saw the toast level become quite heavy, and the chalkiness faded to the background. Same as what you said, John. Average flavor profile throughout, with the chalkiness kind of putting a damper on the overall profile. I sometimes kind of get this chalkiness from broadleaf, and this cigar was really kind of
Broadleaf and San
showing,
Andre. Yeah.
yeah, kind of showing it off, and not that kind of preferred like cocoa earthy kind of profile that is what I'm looking for in a broadleaf. So overall, not a cigar I'd really see myself coming back to. So unfortunate, because I was looking forward to a good broadleaf. But all right, getting into the scores, we're going to start at the top with Seth at 5.95. John gave it a 5.6. I gave it a 5.45. So Seth, had that 5.95 matchup for you?
Listen, I thought it was a fun broadleaf. It wasn't like great, or like one of those amazing broadleafs we had, but I thought it was just pretty solid, decent. I think it was kind of cool that he changed up what he's done with some of the Mil Dios and going with like a broadleaf. So it was, I don't know, it's a good price. I'd smoke them again. I've liked the Mil Dios, and I've started to like them more and more, I guess. And this was just something a little bit different that I thought was pretty fun. It wasn't like great. I'm not saying this is like broadleaf award or
No, I
for
mean
anything.
you're not even above 6, so we understand that you're not like
Yeah.
raving about it. But yeah,
John?
Yeah, 5.65, right?
5.6.
5.6. Yeah, I think that matches up well. Held back slightly by the draw, but I think to me it's a 5.5 because that's kind of like it's a perfectly. So, for our audience who are like, "Oh, you guys hate cigars," like, so this is to me the quintessential idea of what I think about when I think about an average cigar. That is, it's balanced, it's restrained, and and you could serve the cigar up to anyone across the board, and they'd be like, "Yeah, that was fine," and like no one's going to be offended, no one's going to be unhappy, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but for me, the flavor profiles just wasn't dynamic, it wasn't engaging, it wasn't unique, it wasn't interesting in any such way. And it doesn't have to be, because like this is exactly the kind of cigar that could sell a ton of, because guys are like, yeah, I really like that cigar. Okay, great. And it's at a good price point. So yeah, matches up well. Aaron?
My 5.45 matches up well. I mean, you and I are pretty much dead on. I just had a fairly snug draw, so knocked it down a little bit more than you, but otherwise, average flavor profile throughout. So yeah, kind of right in that mid-5 mark. I wouldn't, the chalkiness just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I mean too.
There's no point to it. I mean, if I got that bottle cap chalkiness, I'm cool with that, because I've actually mentioned that in some reviews before. But if I'm getting like neck away for chalkiness, I'm out.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's not my thing. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's hard for it, and once it happens, it's hard for a cigar to recover from it, I think, too. So all right, final thoughts on this from you guys?
I look, despite the 5.6 rating, I think it's going to sell well, because like I think what he's built here, it sounds stupid to say out loud, but like it's not going to offend anybody. Like no one's going to smoke this cigar and go, "Oh, I hate that." Like there's nothing in here that's offensive other than the chalkiness for us. So like, I think I would not be surprised at the end of the year if people were like, this is should be top 10 cigar of the year. Like that would not surprise me in the slightest. In fact, I'm going to call it right now. This cigar is going to show up on the consensus. It's going to show up on some top 10 lists. But I don't think it's John's best work. I think he's got some other cigars out there, like the Four Kicks, and he's had some other projects that I think are just more, I don't know if the word is riskier, but like he's taken bigger risks with, and I find them a lot more interesting. And this, to me, it tastes like a safe Maduro that I've smoked before. So for me, it just doesn't really stand out from the crowd.
Sure. All right. Wherever you catch this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Sublime.